Welcome back. More weird and creepy TikToks. Let's do it.
Scary facts you didn't know.
Okay.
There are at least 10 recorded cases of someone dying from laughter.
How?
At some point in time, a stranger has thought of killing you. Selfies are responsible for more deaths every year than sharks. There's a shack called the Devil's Toy Box in Louisiana, and people who go in there supposedly lose their minds. When a person dies, they have 7 minutes of brain activity left in which they see a dreamlike sequence of their memories. Most serial killers are born in November.
Mate, UFO footage I'm about to show you right now will blow your socks off. So if you're a certified gammon, suggest you go watch BBC News, keep eating your ready brek, and rock yourself to sleep, because this is going to be some crazy shit. This mental piece of footage was sent in to me by a follower named Casey, and it is about a pilot that shot this weird UAP as he was in a cockpit flying past. Look at this, bruv. What is that, right? That is not a Chinese lantern. That is not an umbrella. That is not swamp fart gas from Venus, all right? Get What is that, mate? It looks like something out of Stargate. I don't know how I haven't seen this before, but this is blowing my socks off, man. Look at this shape. And it's suspended in the air. Well, I guess it looks suspended because it might be traveling past the plane. And obviously, when the eye meets going past something, it kind of looks like it's still. But look at this thing! What the hell? The absolute shape of this object. I have to sit here and watch it again. Just look at this object, right? Unbelievable.
I don't know what to say. I mean, it looks like a fighter jet moving sideways.
A couple of links down below so you can go check it out yourself.
But it kind of looks like a pyramid as well.
What is flying that?
Go back 25, 30 years, you'll find people telling you that anatomically modern humans didn't exist until 50,000 years ago. Then in Morocco, they found evidence of anatomically modern humans 300,000 years ago. Humans just like us, with the same brains, the same capacities, the same abilities than us. Once you start extending that timeline back, you're leaving much more room for an advanced civilization to emerge. This was a civilization that flourished during the Ice Age and that was obliterated almost completely in the cataclysm of the Younger Dryas. There were survivors. Those survivors left their fingerprints in places like Göbekli Tepe. After the Younger Dryas was over, they then sought to initiate hunter-gatherers into their system of knowledge.
Code 8002. 8002, my co-pilot just ran out the back of the plane.
What?
He just ran out the back of the plane.
So you don't have a co-pilot on, you said?
No, he just jumped out the back of the plane.
Right.
Would you like me to circle where he left at?
Say that again?
Would you like me to circle where he got out at, or you got me on track?
We still have you on track. Did you need something else?
No, the dude literally jumped out the back of the plane without a parachute.
Did you need to do something else, circle or something? Or?
No, I need to land. I'm just making you aware you're going to have a dead body out where I just called you at. He just jumped out the back of the plane.
You're right.
What? Dude, how often does this happen for radio control to be that chill? Like, what, you need anything? The guy jumps out without a parachute. What the hell?
This is old news, but did you hear that in 2018 there was a hole in the International Space Station? It kind of looked like that. An astronaut from the National Academy of Space Actors, what did he do? They were panicking. They were in the International Space Station 250 miles above Earth in low Earth orbit. So what did astronaut Chris Hadfield do? He grabbed the duct tape and he put duct tape over the hole. And for some reason, the vacuum of space that can implode anything didn't implode the ISS. They were completely safe because of the duct tape and the quick thinking of astronaut Chris Hadfield, who is also on the Joe Rogan Show, episode 414.
I hate to see that.
Joe's the biggest gatekeeper on on Earth. Oh, by the way, the actor, Chris, he tweeted that he saved the day with duct tape, and he put a picture of the hole. But the problem is that the tweet had a picture that was actually an album cover from a band called Remedy Drive.
No way.
With an album called Commodity.
I ain't never heard that. There's no way this guy claims to have used duct tape. Like, no one could defend that, surely.
Okay, you see how there's a person drowning right there? And when they pan over to the side, this is Indonesia, people are laughing. You know why they're laughing? Because that's not a flipping person. That's a crocodile.
No way.
They have discovered how to look like people drowning to lure our goofy butts in the water so they can eat us. What?
That's mad.
Really didn't exist. Why can I find it on loads of old maps? Let's show you where it is on this map. Right there, Tartaria. Here's a map from 1572. Now let me zoom in. Right there, Tartaria. What about a map from 1626? Now it's not the best to see, but it is there. Right there. Map from 1690. Right there. Tartaria. I've even found maps from the 1800s that have got Tartaria on it. So how does a whole empire that's bigger than your grandma's recipe book just disappear? So how did these megalithic towers actually get built? Because apparently these were built with hammer and chisel and wood and rope. Needless to say, there's definitely something coming off the top of these steeples that definitely resembles somewhat the energy transmission that we believe the Tartarian Empire used to have.
That is weird. That's probably just a photo.
System, we're led to believe certain narratives that these genuinely were built with hammer, chisel, and horse and carriage. And apparently this place is nowhere to be seen in any history books. So obviously all these old maps just put Tartaria on there for a laugh. Like, obviously it didn't exist.
The Hawaiians have a ancient tradition that octopus basically came from the sky. Isn't that interesting?
Octopuses, they have no need, because they're in the ocean and there's no houses in the ocean, so they have no need to like build things, but they're super smart, man. They open up jars. They figure out a way to get out of a fish tank, walk across the floor, climb into the next fish tank, kill a fish, eat it, climb back and go back in their tank.
That's why I don't own a squid or an octopus, because if I saw that in the middle of the night, it would freak me the fuck out.
They're really smart, man. They're weirdly smart, and we don't even know why or how, you know?
Yeah.
And they have eyes that separated from, I mean, but they, like, whatever an eye was developed for them, and an eye was developed for us. Like, and we branched off from the evolutionary chain, like, who knows how many hundreds of millions of years ago.
I learned a pretty interesting little tidbit here. You know, I mean, the octopus, apparently its DNA is not like anything else on this planet.
Yeah, it's an alien.
Lots of you have probably seen this photo floating around the internet at the moment, and it's absolutely sending people into a frenzy. But I've managed to find the actual video for it, right? So he's going to zoom in his lovely camera here, and he's going to try and focus up, and you will see this object manifest, right? It is absolutely incredible. So this was filmed on the 16th of February on 2020 in Brazil at 8:45 p.m, okay? There's not much else to this apart from the fact that he was complimenting how beautiful this thing was, what it looked like, how it kind of glided through the wind and as it was flying across. And he says, notice that nothing on the UFO itself is actually blowing around. So I think he's trying to reference the tentacles there. I think it's pretty static in nature, which is rather interesting, given probably about how high this thing is. And I'm going to say it's probably quite high up in the sky. Look at this.
I would say so too.
Look at that, okay? What
That's crazy.
is shaped like that? And for those of you that don't know or know, these things have been reported around the world so much over the years, even more so now, of just strange atmospheric phenomena. And with Skywatchers, this is now in a classification system of UFOs, UAPs, whatever you want to call them, okay? So these things are very real. People report having electromagnetic anomalies around these sort of objects, these things messing around with electronics, I guess people's mental state as well in certain aspects. So I don't know, there's just a very, very strange thing around these objects themselves. But this piece of footage is absolutely mega, mate. I don't know, you guys let me know what you think.
Jellyfish and octopus are aliens.
Yeah.
Man just forgot who you greatest woman.
You alright?
Huh?
You okay?
She must be doing an impression of someone or something. That's creepy. I need to see what, if anyone knows where that's from. I want to see the full version. Oh, snap.
So allegedly, KFC is trying to tell us the truth about what we're really eating without telling us the truth about what we're really eating. So they just released this new ad that has nothing to do with eating chicken, but has a whole bunch of other stuff that makes no sense whatsoever. So for a lack of better words, in their video. So this takes me back to the video I made about McDonald's selling 6.5 million burgers a day. So where the hell is all of this chicken coming from? So all I'm gonna add to this is that these people have a way of letting us know what's going on without letting us know what's going on. So this brings me to the reason why I stopped eating fast food. What are your thoughts on that? Commercials, whatever we just watched.
Man, I've done a video on that advert already. I said some crazy stuff and I'll say it again. I ain't seen no graveyards being built and the amount that we consume, and then that advert, put it all together. They're telling us what we don't want to hear. I'm not eating fast food again.
Before I fall to the system, I'm gonna try and do good with my gifting and pray to the Lord for some wisdom. Pray, hopefully someone will listen. Amen.